Okay, this is day 2 of computers and coding. Okay, so come down here, click Intro to Computers and Coding. As you can see, we have a presentation here, and then the assignment says follow the link, which is this. You are to create different scenes following the steps and instructions they give you. And that's what I'm going to show you in this video. Okay, so after we have gone through this particular presentation in class, just talks about coding and programming and languages and things like that. Okay, you're going to find on the very last slide a link to here. Okay, so you would click on it and it brings you to this. Okay, so the instructions that I'm referring to are over here. Okay, there's definitely some reading you have to do, but the directions that they give you are going to be in the purple. Okay, so it says click the next button below to get started. Okay, then it says select a video from backgrounds or drag webcam button under effects. Okay, so here's effects and then here's your background. So the webcam would be if you want to be videotaped, otherwise you can just choose one of these backgrounds. So let's just choose the dinosaur. We click and drag over here. Okay, and as you can see, it's just a dinosaur running. Alright, then it says once you're happy with your video, click next. And this talks all about JavaScript. Okay, but it says click next to start adding more code. Drag over the kaleidoscope block below, okay, which is right here, into the code editor, which is right here. Tell the computer who's boss. Okay, so click, drag, and as you can see, it does kind of a kaleidoscope type effect. Okay, then you click next. Functions. You just wrote your first line of code. Okay, the line of code is called a function. Functions are like verbs or actions on your code. Okay, so this function tells the computer to give your video a kaleidoscope filter. So we can click next. Says let's try some other filters. Okay, so first you can remove the kaleidoscope, otherwise you can just drag another one. Okay, so see how it's red? Maybe if we try a different color or a different color. Okay, and then maybe we want to delete this. Who knows? Okay, so I'm gonna drag that back over. Next says drag in some more blocks. Okay, so this is kind of where you get to mess around with it or explore it. Okay, so I can delete the tint. Maybe I want a vignette. Okay, maybe I want to take away the kaleidoscope. All right, maybe I want, let's see what exposure is. I don't really know what that does. Invert it. Okay, so you kind of mess around and just see what you do or see what you want. Next, okay, so now drag in the tint block again. Click next. Now it says change color by replacing red. Okay, so we kind of already did that, right? So you could just kind of click on it and it'll show you different things. Okay, click next. Arguments. Okay, so it just talks about the tint function and basically how you can change stuff. So even exposure, we could change that 50 if we wanted to. Tint, we could probably maybe try 100. See what that does. Okay, so you can't see it anymore, so let's try like 20 or something. Okay. Next, choosing a graphic. So under graphics tab over here, you can choose something. So let's go with no bad days. Okay, and now it's right there. Can't really see it, so maybe you want to take your vignette down a little bit. Okay, and there, it's right there. Okay. So then you can click next. Scale, type my graphic, so that's what the variable is going to be. So if we type my underscore graphic 1 dot scale, equals 2, semicolon. Now it's huge, right? Okay, so let's see what the next button says. Okay, so then it's my graphic 1 dot opacity. So my underscore graphic 1 dot opacity equals 0.5 semicolon. Okay, so you can kind of see through it. Let's click next and see what happens. Drag in the mouse tracking block. Okay, so that would be right there. Boom. Okay, and the mouse tracking is this big long thing. Okay, so but what it does, as you can see, everywhere I move my mouse, that moves. Okay, click next, and it says finishing up. So if it doesn't work, make sure that your graphic, so your var my graphic, is set the way it is. Okay. Otherwise, what your job is right now is just kind of go through it, see what you can do, make a couple different ones, and things like that.